say Asantefo ya de mani ya fe ya kono ade bi Asantefo be so bia na agimina te ko bia Asante ko ka say ye ma ya Asante won nsam hia ye nti wono so hia na pa ma transia dwene so tifu ya transia dwene ho say de Asantefo le si ye kwa yi ana ye ko program da fa hye bi ye ko di bi de ye si kare ho ye si support Asanteman efe ene ne bi no mo pese mo beti Asante asem no omo so Asantefo ye hwehwe ne mu ye hwehwe ne mu ye hwehwe ne mu ye pe ye ma me hwe ye paade ye ma ye hwehwe ye paade ye be ye fe ni ati di won ni ati ye ti ye nim ti ade tie eni pe no buase de sikan fere Asanteman no kuma pemeba ko bi Asante kotoko enso ye de Asante hey na laso mo kwa hen be yo so wu pisa kenten ma ntimi Asante nye peda.
And shortly we shall be going to the gold and diamond category. Thank you, Zungu Nkoswo. And now Chidom Fekwu. We proceed to Akwemu Fekwu. Humbly I ask that we hasten in our steps. Thank you, Chidom Fekwu. And now Akwemu Fekwu. Thank you very much, Akwemu Fekwu. And now to Konsire Fekwu. Yadamwase, Konsire Fekwu. And now to Benkum Fekwu. Benkum Fekwu. Regio Construction Limited. Regio Construction Limited. And that concludes it for the bronze. Please, a round of applause for all our bronze sponsors. 100,000 Ghana cedis. Thank you ever so much. And now to silver. We proceed to acknowledge A and C Development. 200,000 Ghana cedis. The king affirms his gratitude through the princess consorts. And now to Edusei Foundation, 200 Ghana cedis in the silver category. Also in the silver category, 200,000 Ghana cedis, Living Grace Limited, Mr. Adams. Silver category, special group of companies, 200,000 Ghana cedis. Thank you, special group of companies. And now to Jubel Specialist Foundation, 200,000 Ghana cedis. Jubail Specialist Foundation, 200,000 Ghana cedis in the silver category. Dr. Miniampong, together with the team, we say thank you ever so much. In the silver category, International Community School, 200,000 Ghana cedis. And finally, in the silver category, with 200,000 Ghana cedis, the Honorable Orusu Akoto Efriye. Please, a round of applause. Together, let's hear it up for all the bronze and silver sponsors. Please, a resounding round of applause. And help me express gratitude to the Princess Consort, Lady Julia Osei-Tutu, for doing us the honors. Please, a round of applause for her. And now to present for gold and diamond, it is my pleasure to invite our board chair to assist our king, Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II, as he does the honor. Please, a round of applause. We begin with gold from 300,000 Ghana cedis in furtherance of our celebration this evening. Please, a round of applause for them all. We begin with the first. Here, Stool Council, 300,000 Ghana cedis. It's called Host and Win. And so we begin with EcoBank, 300,000 Ghana cedis in the gold category. EcoBank Ghana Limited. We shall proceed to Ashanti Professional Club, 300,000 Ghana cedis. Nana KJC Company, please get ready. Ashanti MPP Caucus, please get ready. Medimafu Herbal Clinic, please get ready. And COA, please get ready too. For now, EcoBank. Ashanti Professional Club, 300,000 Ghana cedis. Nana KJC Company Limited, please get ready. Nana KJC, 300,000 Ghana cedis. Okay. Thank you, Ashanti MPP Caucus, for 300,000 Ghana cedis. Medimafu Herbal Clinic, 300,000 Ghana cedis. Medimafu Herbal Clinic, thank you all the same. COA Research, 300,000 Ghana cedis. And that concludes it for the gold category, COA Research. Please, a round of applause. And now to the grand category, Diamond, 500,000 Ghana cedis. Make welcome Atashi Construction Limited. We're grateful. And now for 500,000 Ghana cedis in the diamond category, Coral Reef Innovation Hub. And finally, for 500,000 in the diamond category, JP Trustees. Ladies and gentlemen, a resounding round of applause for all our sponsors in the gold and diamond categories. We thank you, our King, for doing us the honor. Wait. Thank you very much. If you're just joining us, we welcome you to this auspicious evening, one which celebrates a legacy of hope and progress. It is the Otumfuo Osetutu II Foundation, celebrating 25 years of transforming lives. This evening, we shall be acknowledging our past board members and past board chairs. We shall be acknowledging some partners who have been with us through the years. And finally, we shall also be acknowledging those who have committed to partner with us for the next 25 years and beyond. Your Majesty, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want us to travel down memory lane. 25 years ago, a great interview was had with our King. For the next few minutes, please lend your attention to the screen as we watch this video. Enjoy.
Nana Kwekudia, congratulations. Thank you, Kweku. Nana, now you have a 300-year-old empire and about 4 million subjects at your feet. Are you nervous?
Certainly not. That's a great challenge to me. I cannot see how I should be nervous.
Did you imagine that this day will come?
The answer should be two. I think I'll give you two answers here. No and yes. No, because I never even knew that my dear brother was going to die for me to come to the stage. And yes, he died, and then obviously if I was a contestant, then I knew I was going to get to this stage also. So yes, I knew I was going to get to the stage.
You miss the life of a regular person, though, won't you?
Certainly, that's a challenge. If you want to be the king of Ashanti, then it means you're going to miss all the good lives and the regular life of everybody. Anyways, you're not being an ordinary person now. You're going to be the king for over nearly 4 million people. And therefore, certainly, you're going to miss the life of a regular person.
I'm sure you had friends whose homes you could just walk to in the evening and go and have a drink or have a chat. All of that is over now.
I'm afraid they would have to accept that.
Do you sometimes in your quiet moments think back and say to yourself, what have I gotten myself into?
Certainly not, because it's a challenge. You're born in a royal family, so certainly you know if you comported yourself, well, one day you'll be the king of Ashanti. That being the case, you knew the challenges facing you. And therefore, that's how I find myself now. And I believe I know the challenges facing me, and I'm ready for that.
Your mother is the Queen Mother. She nominated you. She nominated you over 6 or so other candidates. Is that fair?
My mother certainly did not nominate me because I was her son. But I believe through her consultations with the Master Traditional Council, i.e. the Jasim and Ray and Cobra and Kobia and then in Koso, they must have come to the agreement and the certainty that amongst the contestants, maybe Nana Kwekudua should be the right choice. And certainly that was the decision they took. And that's why singularly it was their responsibility, their duty to name me, but I believe the consensus was among the whole divisions together with her. So it wasn't her personally who nominated me, but it was through the consensus and discussions among the 4 divisions of the Traditional Council and her and the Abusuapanyin and the other members of the royal family. Let me clarify this. An issue that I have always wanted to clarify. I believe I was nominated on my own merit instead of that qualification of being the son of the Queen Mother. And I believe the other divisions like Ankobia, Manre, Jasi, and Nkoso are not my fathers to say that they're also going to be biased towards me. They must have also have a sense of judgment, and I believe they put all this into consideration before coming to the conclusion that I should be the nominee. But that is not to say that the other nominees were not capable, competent. I have the greatest respect for them. They are all my nephews, short of one who is more my direct cousin. The others were virtually all my nephews. I've had the greatest respect and affection for everybody. They were men of quality, substance, and everything. But unfortunately, in all the just one person who should be nominated. Unfortunately, by God's grace, it was me. And that is basically how it happened. Not that my mother, the fact that she was the Queen Mother, she chose to be biased, not fair, and nominated Nana Kwekudua.
Nana, how will you relate to the other contestants who had their eye on the stool that you now sit on?
To be honest with you, even today, I've made the effort to contact almost all of them. I've seen 1, 2, I've made the effort to see a couple of them. In fact, contacts have been made. And I look forward to seeing all of them, discuss, have a meeting with them. Let them appreciate the fact that it is not a winner takes all here. But to build it together, I need their support, encouragement, their talents, their experiences and everything. After all, they are all members of the royal family of Ashanti. And they are all my nephews also. Some of them who are younger, if I'm gone, maybe can take over. If not them personally, children, brothers, younger ones from amongst them could take over. So why not? We build together what we have. They would have to appreciate the fact that there was only one winner. And this time it wasn't a winner, but there was only one nomination here. And that was Nana Kwekudua. The rest are also part of the system. And we're going to be building a very good empire, a very good Ashanti nation together to assist in the development and everything together. After all, some of these my nephews are doctors, some of them are quality, the various professions. And we need all these people in terms of developing Ashanti. So why can't I tap their expertise and everything? I definitely need all of them, and I'm going to carry them along with me.
Nana, what was your childhood like?
It's quite interesting. I started with my uncle, who adopted me virtually. He picked me up at the age of 4 or 5. I don't know why he chose to do that. And I lived with him. He brought me to school. I remember having qualified, done the entrance examinations, and I had qualified for Prempeh College. He drives me to the school and verifies from the then headmaster. This is my nephew, I want you to come here. And the headmaster being very appreciative of the fact that, there are so many other royals here, he decided not to let me go to school there at all. Why? Because he doesn't want me to mingle to meet the other royals, and he wanted me to be brought up, not with a silver spoon in my mouth as it was being published, but to go through it the hard way, be very independent, be brought up in a very civilized, in all humility. These are some of the things. These are the childhood upbringers that he wanted me to be very independent. And
and this uncle was also a chief. He was a paramount chief.
He was also a chief of the Kumasi Chidom division. Ohimba Minister Bunsu of blessed memory, in whom I'm well pleased. I owe everything that we're doing now to him. And I when I look back, I trust that he brought me up in a very proper way, manner that I cherish now.
I understand that he brought you up in the traditions, the real pure traditions of Ashanti.
Quite true. Imagine he took me to live at Seshuyos in the western region. I lived with the Seshuyos of mine. That was an exposure that gave me quite an experience because I wouldn't have known that part of the world at all. Living in the court of the Seshuyos of mine, learning the intricacies, the traditional aspects of life in the palace at the same time going to school. And I must say that that broadened my knowledge of the whole Ghana, for example, because the western region is some parts that people don't even know, particularly. I still have cherished those moments, and I still have very good friends there. Nana Kudjodohine, for example, was a father to me. He was an uncle to me. He also took care of me before. On several vacations, he never even allowed me to come to Kumasi. I lived with him there. And you could imagine, an Ashanti living in Seshi and then, relating to the Seshis and all those things. And that gave me a very good insight of people there, their behavior and everything. And I respect and cherish them very much. These are some of the attributes, some things that I gained that some of my relations never gained. A clear understanding of life of the other side of Ashanti.
Nana, I understand that when you were young, Nana Prempeh II, who was the Asantehene at the time, performed a certain ritual.
Tonight, Your Majesty, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we proceed in this celebration by acknowledging all the hands that have guided this foundation in the past. I'm talking of the past board members, here to do us the honor of presenting their certificates to them. Please make welcome the Most Reverend Joseph Osei-Bonsu, our very first board, ably assisted by Dr. Mensa Bonsu. Please, a round of applause for them both. Elaine and the team, let's have you at the table. As was done in the beginning, we urge all recipients to come through the middle, curtsy or bow, and thereafter proceed to receive your recognition. This evening, in recognition of their outstanding leadership, dedication, and years of committed service as board members of the Otumfuo Osei II Charity Foundation, we present these certificates for their guidance and contributions which have left a lasting impact on the growth and success of the foundation. Would you please make welcome Professor Florence Dolphine, and it will be received on her behalf by Dr. Mensa Bonsu. Please, a round of applause is still in order. Let's make welcome Mr. I.K. Jesse, a past member of our board. I'll go from some soft music in the background. Thank you very much. Mr. IKJC, Please bear with us. We're recollating the results. We'll be back shortly. Let's receive that of Mr. IKJC. We shall receive now Mr. Peter Oseduya, a past board member. Mr. Peter Duya, if you're here. Help me celebrate a past board member, Mr. Kwesi Osei. And Mr. Peter Oseduya will also receive on behalf of Madame Lydia Osei. Madame Lydia Osei. The Justice Brobe, a past board member, Justice Brobe. Mr. Jude Arthur. And now Mr. Jude Arthur. Mr. Emmanuel Danso. Mrs. Sophia Gifty Awochi. Dr. Kwame Ano. Mr. Kwame Boache, a past board member. And finally, Dr. Kweku Mensah Bonsu. Right in place to receive. And with that, I happily invite you to take your seats once again. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for all our board members, our past board members, pioneering board members. Thank you very much. Most Reverend, would you please stay with me as I invite to join you our current board chair to do us the honor of presenting the next set of awards. This citation is in respect of distinguished service in recognition of their very distinguished leadership and devoted service, which have significantly shaped and strengthened the Otumfuo Osei Tutu II Foundation over the years. Your commitment, guidance, and contributions have been instrumental in advancing the mission and vision of the foundation, to which we express our deepest appreciation for your years of service and unwavering support. Would you help me receive first in this category, Nanefia Kobe Prempe. Former Executive Director of the Foundation. The next, Nana Fredia Ajiman Pambo. A representative. Let's move to the next, Nana Brefo Boating. Dr. Thomas Ejakun Poku. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, to our very first board chair, help me appreciate the Most Reverend Joseph Osei Bonsu. And here's to you in recognition of your distinguished leadership and devoted service. Ladies and gentlemen, help me acknowledge all our past board members. Oh, please, let's hear it up for them. A round of applause. Shortly, we shall acknowledge all our donors who have come in handy for us through the years. But for now, enjoy the first course. Bon appetit, and I'll see you shortly. We take a moment to reflect and celebrate the efforts of a man whose contributions have come in handy to the success of the foundation. I'm talking about a former Deputy Minister of Education as at the time the foundation was launched. He joins us with his remarks via video. I give to you His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers.
The auspicious occasion of the Silver Jubilee of the Otumfuo Foundation, I wish to felicitate on the auspicious occasion of the Silver Jubilee of the Otumfuo. On the auspicious occasion of the Silver Jubilee of the Otumfuo Foundation, I wish to felicitate with Otumfuo to the second Asantehene. We are all highly impressed with the vision which has been shown by Otumfuo in providing leadership to the Otumfuo Foundation over the past 25 years. The remarkable achievements of the foundation are there for all to see. Crucially important is the fact that the vision of Otumfuo is expressed in the objectives of the foundation completely align with our own national development aspirations, with the ECOWAS Vision 5050, with the African Union Vision 2063, the Africa we want, and with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Putting emphasis on the key areas of education, health, water and sanitation, culture and heritage. These are areas which need to be addressed to tackle the urgent and persistent issues of poverty and underdevelopment, not only in Ghana, but indeed in Africa. And it's for this reason that we all gather to congratulate His Royal Majesty Otumfuo to the second Asantehene. If we take the health sector, for instance, we are all highly impressed with the manner in which Otumfuo has mobilized thousands to come around so that the iconic Otumfuo Anoche Teaching Hospital can regain its former glory. This is a remarkable feat. On the educational side, I have been privileged to have collaborated and associated myself with His Royal Majesty from the very moment the Educational Fund, Otumfuo Educational Fund, was established. We were privileged to be there at Manhyia for the launch of this important fund geared towards providing support to brilliant and needy students. Over the years, thousands have gained access to education that would otherwise have been denied them on account of this support. And not only have brilliant and needy students been supported, but it has moved to other directions in terms of providing critical infrastructure, supporting the teaching of science, math, vocational, computer, and other critical skills, incentivizing teachers in remote and rural communities to encourage them to give of their best, and the list goes on. These are all to be hugely recommended. But finally, my appeal here will be to all of you who are gathered to understand that this requires shared responsibility by all. His Royal Majesty is doing his best, but he needs to be supported by private sector, other philanthropists, and together, if we all contribute our widow's mite, yet more can be achieved going forward. As the Ashanti say, "Kitwe biara nsua." So I appeal to you to give your widow's mite, make your contribution to support these noble objectives of His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II. And our wish is that 25 years from now, when we gather to celebrate the Golden Jubilee, even more can be demonstrated of the philanthropy of this noble and great African king. Thank you.
Excellency Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, a celebrated African statesman right here from Ghana. Please, once again, a round of applause in his distinguished honor. And so shortly, we shall also pay our respects to few organizations that are here and gathered for their contributions in supporting the foundation through the years. But before that, the next course is served. Ladies and gentlemen, bon appetit. And while you're at that, the band will serenade you to some very good music. Over to you, band. The hands that have helped us in coming thus far as a foundation, one of great impact. It's with delight I acknowledge in our midst this evening a member of the U.S. board of the Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II Foundation. Would you please make welcome, joining us, ladies and gentlemen, Madam Barbara Achampong. Lady Barbara, we welcome you warmly, and your organization, the Caroline Foundation, as a bronze sponsor. And so we proceed to celebrate and acknowledge, ladies and gentlemen, all our donors who have come through for us in the years. In heartfelt recognition of their generous support, their steadfast partnership, and invaluable contributions to the Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II Foundation over the years, and for their commitments which have been vital to enhancing our mission and impacting lives across communities, we present these certificates and citations to them with deep gratitude and appreciation. Would you please make welcome the chair of the board as he does the honor. A round of applause for Nana Asantehene. We begin with the very first organization in this category, Smiles for Everyone Foundation. Thank you for putting smiles on the faces of all the needy whose lives we've transformed significantly. Smiles for everyone, ladies and gentlemen. How about a round of applause for the Bank of Ghana? With deep gratitude and appreciation, we say, accept this citation. It's not complete without Newmont. Congratulations, Team Newmont. We proceed to acknowledge Agro-Ecom, our donor through the years.
Agro Mobile Learning Project is a partnership between Otumfuo Charity.
How about First Atlantic Bank? Thank you very much, First Atlantic Bank. Ghana Gas. JP Trustees. JP Trustees. And in spite of their donation through the years, ladies and gentlemen, they came tonight also as a diamond sponsor with 500,000 Ghana cedis. Ladies and gentlemen, Atashi. We make welcome Anglo Gold Ashanti. And so a round of applause for all our donors through the years. Many thanks to you, Aboche and Asantehene. Shortly, we shall get to hear from our guest of honor, the second president of our Fourth Republic, His Excellency John Otumfuo, who will also proceed to launch the endowment fund as an addition to what we're already doing at the foundation. Before that, however, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to lend your attention to the screen as we show to you a second documentary on 25 years of unparalleled achievements by the Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II Foundation. Enjoy.
The king of Asante Kingdom, Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II, on his ascension to the golden stool as the 16th occupant, established a social intervention outfit at Menchia Palace, the Otumfuo Education Fund, in 1999. In addition to the Education Fund, other initiatives were set up over the years such as the Sewa Ampim Foundation for Children and Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II Charity Foundation were added to support the various initiatives of the king. All these metamorphosed into Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II Foundation.
So sometime after he became Otumfuo, when I got a call from one Mr. Osubuati. So he called me and said that Otumfuo wanted to meet me. So then we fixed a date and we went, and he told me that he wanted to start the Otumfuo Education Fund, and that he wanted me to be part of it, and I wanted me to be the chairman of the Otumfuo Education Fund. And so soon after that, there was the inauguration of the fund on 13th of November 1999. So the three universities, the three main ones, so Ulagan, KBST, and KPOS. And then at one time we had about 200 students from every institution in terms of their fees. Then we held also various schools in terms of infrastructure. We had to build some classrooms and things, and provided some furniture and other things. And so we tried in that way to help the Otumfuo Education Fund.
My name is Dr. Mrs. Mercy Bedu, a senior lecturer, Department of Chemistry, KNUST. I am happy to share with you all that I was among the very first beneficiaries of the Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II Education Fund in 1999 when it was launched. We applied for this fund to enable my parents support the payment of my school fees as an undergraduate student at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
I am Ajimai Boatin Eric, and at Sayamasa Academic of Osei-Tutu Senior High School. I was in the university in the year 2001-2002 academic year when I had a scholarship from this fund. In fact, at that time I was having a financial challenge. If it was not the scholarship, I couldn't have even convinced the broker.
I am Professor Lord Brenya, head of History and Political Studies Department at KNUST. I'm a proud beneficiary of Otumfuo Education Fund, and through that fund, I managed to get 3 masters and a PhD from US. On this occasion of the 23rd anniversary, Otumfuo, I want to say God bless you and continue to enlarge you and use you for the great things that God has put in you for the benefit of Asanteman and the whole world. Congratulations for your continuous visionary leadership, and God bless you.
After a decade of social impact on the lives of thousands of students from basic to tertiary level through receipt of scholarships as well as provision of educational infrastructure by the Otumfuo Education Fund, His Royal Majesty established the Otumfuo II Charity Foundation in 2009 to serve as a main umbrella development agency to expand the provision of social services into the area of health, water and sanitation and youth development. Teachers Awards is one major project undertaken annually by the Otumfuo II Charity Foundation. With this, teachers and educational workers in rural communities were appreciated annually by His Royal Majesty for their selflessness and commitment to be in our villages and hamlets to offer their services.
Uhen krasi ay free woman free ay abedu hey. Unu woman no na uhu woman akuma mu ne edo a woman de ba e no just woman ni di adwuma no ho. Any pen na dia ho akwa for dia maga na man say de be ya ga na man be yi. Any pen na fata se e boy abaso. Pen na fata se e boy abaso. Sanse be bia wo kan ne ni ho ensuo ni ho. Entontum ori enso om se e beta woni a kire ye ma ne na na ade. Say be bia wo no ensuo no kan ne ni ho entontum ori o man so om so beta no ma kire ye ma ade ama ye. Wo fata kuma se ne nkran. I'm so for the Masan and Cryo, and so see a better grass or Sarah. Also, I got to also the moon for the no grass or Sarah. Yeah, no, I hear Nipa saying I was here at the Maui. Shut up, myself, yes, I never say no, say a few more. And until the name is Stressy Frame Runner, yes, yet the kid will be a bit me a young fashion woman.
The King, after his historic invitation to the United Nations General Assembly in September 2019, reorganized his social development initiatives.
Since my ascension to the Golden Stool some 20 years ago, it has long dawned on me that it will be unrealistic to expect government alone, with its limited resources and term limits, to be able to confront these multifaceted developmental challenges. Consequently, I have taken a number of initiatives on my own in several areas. I set up the Otumfuo Education Fund to generate resources to provide opportunities for quality primary, secondary, tertiary, and vocational education, not only in my domain, but Ghana generally. Additionally, I set up a Teachers Award scheme to encourage teachers in rural communities and motivate them to focus on teaching our wards well. Health, water, and sanitation. I later set up the Sewampim AIDS Foundation for children under the leadership of my spouse, Lady Julia Osetutu, to help children who have become victims of the HIV/AIDS pandemic. These two bodies have now been merged under the umbrella of Otumfuo II Charity Foundation.
And by this, the Education Fund and Charity Foundation metamorphosed into the Otumfuo II Foundation with the new board of trustees chaired by Nana Professor Oheniba Boachi Ej Wahine II, who is also Otumfuo Hiahine.
When I came on board about 3-4 years ago, realizing the diversity of programs and projects, I decided to restructure the board and also to metamorphose all the different agencies into one foundation. So our thematic areas of education and health, water and sanitation, culture and heritage are all embodied under the auspices of the Otumfuo II, the second foundation.
The Otumfuo II Foundation, in continuance of the success story, streamlined its operations by the guidance of its mission into thematic areas of education, health, water, and sanitation, entrepreneurship, as well as culture and heritage. Education, which is the flagship area of operation under the focal disciplines of the foundation, has different projects such as Otumfuo Scholarship Recipient Program for Higher Learning, Teachers Awards, mass distribution of textbooks to students in first and second cycle schools, Otumfuo Community Reading Challenge, provision of education infrastructure, setting up of artificial intelligence AI centers, and education for us all, E for USA program, as well as ICT education for rural communities, which is the Otumfuo Agro-Eco Mobile Learning Project. This project, sponsored by Ecom Ghana Limited, is a computer literacy program for basic schools in rural communities with emphasis on cocoa growing areas. The school children in each community visited are exposed to basics in computer in line with Ghana Education Services curriculum for BECE. The community farmers are given education on good farming practices through a farmers forum with Agric Extension officers invited to educate the community farmers on good farming practices to improve their cocoa yield.
Yeda Otumfuo Osei tutu the second ase sawa boy na mienya akwanya ye faso use computer masa share kwanya ye be faso ready the achechefo abamo mo say the way be say use laptop mouse keyboard any dwuma de computer
da me ba dem ha me hu say mo set mo ICT equipment laptop akoda be ye duonu nkronkwa aduasa no obi biara won separate laptop tinanim okura ne mouse ne bibi biara ho na me kuma to me yam ne me ka ene se yesere nyame nshira kese ema ye nana Asantehene.
Quality health provision is another thematic area that Otumfuo Osei to the Second Foundation operates. Projects such as COVID-19 Trade Safe, Stay Alive, which was a campaign to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 in markets in various communities within Greater Kumasi, and also distributes PPEs to the market people. Provision of health infrastructure such as the construction of 30-bed Menshia maternity block, payment of hospital bills for mothers at MBU at Konfanocho Teaching Hospital during International Day of Families on May 15th every year. Free screening of breast in the month of October dubbed Asanteman Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and many more. The Dental Outreach Project, a partnership with Smiles for Everyone Foundation USA, which began over a decade ago, involves providing dental and oral education and services with a focus on pupils and students in hard-to-reach communities. The dental services provided for these school children are screening, scaling, and polishing, as well as extraction of tooth. This project is still ongoing, impacting the lives of children in rural communities.
Over the years, we have made a lot of impacts. We've seen people happy, and we saw people smiles, and people who don't even know they had problems. We have been able to pick them up and treat them.
Otumfuo yi aboapo adwumayefo ekukudampo edoma be school yi mu a omo be hwehwe emofrase do wo program bia mo yema no do we hear say yetu yama na duro bia say pawo na enum no lawo amanikama nti ade anana ye amaye no ye ni agye ye ni aso abo ya de ni enti ase sunpo ye nsusu say ye nso ebi be hwe ye so.
With water and sanitation, the foundation, in its drive over the years, has collaborated with Anglican Church USA to provide sanitary facilities for some senior high schools, partnered with World Health Organization to provide treated water plant to 27 communities between 2011 and 2013, 116 boreholes in 67 urban and rural communities with Guinness Brewery Ghana Limited between 2012 and 2018. SG Bank Ghana Limited and Harambee International Development, an American NGO, are presently in collaboration with the foundation, having constructed 5 mechanized boreholes at schools in rural communities. 3,127 of those graduated were employed by Masters of Industry to work in their areas of competence. The foundation is in collaboration with World University Service of Canada, implementing Invest in Here under the Innovation of Vocational Education and Skills Training Invest project, in which urban poor women between the ages of 15 and 35 years are trained in male-dominated trades as auto mechanic, electricals, heavy machine operations, welding and fabrication, computer hardware engineers.
So the Otumfuo Foundation really has done a lot. We couldn't be happier with our partnership with them. They have really stepped in to allow us to, one, enter into communities and to start the conversation around gender roles and dynamics and how we can equip our young population to be self-sufficient. And in doing so, they really started to enroll a number of young girls from the communities onto our training programs. So without them, we wouldn't have been able to initially get the public buy-in that we were desiring.
Me take course be a friend or invest in her program through Otumfuo Foundation. I am to invest in her and I just say, my wa, ma, we place on me a memejuma. Na many jehu, and mamma kushia excavated cheap. I am not dometimely, I cram lances. I had my Kubi, I feel more David Water. They say me operator, I was David Water Company Limited. Me say meda Otumfuo say to us. Na me sunti na mayansa na adwuma enye ono ananka se me tifi anyame adom ono nti no se me ye adwuma ewo David Water Company Limited intimida nana ase nana pia.
Otumfuo to the second foundation, and our king's legacy is to build the next generation, build capacity so that we will have a nation with prepared men and women who are well trained, especially with the scholarship program for tertiary education, to come and deliver services that the nation needs. We need leaders for the country, and they can only come from well-trained backgrounds with support which the foundation is providing.
In 2022, I served as the International Programs Manager for the Memphis in May International Festival. During the festival, we paid tribute to the Republic of Ghana, and our honored, esteemed guest was His Royal Majesty Otumfuo II, the Asantehene. One of his key areas of focus was to make sure that he could ensure pathways to educational opportunities for Ghanaian students. Hence today, we now have a collaboration between the University of Memphis and the Otumfuo Foundation.
I'm a King Scholar, and I'm doing my PhD in biology at the Brown Lab at the University of Memphis. And I am so grateful to the King and the scholarship, the foundation, for all the support and how they've brought all of us together.
I am really grateful to the Otumfuo Foundation and its entourage for establishing a funding agency like this. Being a King Scholar had been a transformative event for me, and we are really grateful to the King and his entourage for instituting such a scholarship scheme.
The Otumfuo Osei II Foundation, after its impactful achievement for the past 25 years, has shaped the lives of hundreds of thousands of people and brought hope to many communities in Ghana. The foundation is relentless in bridging gaps between urban and rural people with the implementation of projects and programs that are geared towards enhancing, improving the livelihood of the masses.
All of us. Ladies and gentlemen, help me celebrate our King for 25 years of transforming lives, a legacy certainly of hope and of progress. Somebody sent me a message and said, thank God, dessert is finally here. Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. What you just had was a palate cleanser. And so the last meal is coming through. It's a salmon steak with assorted rice, and thereafter, dessert. Bon appetit, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you shortly. Band, we're all yours.
So thank you for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And thank you to those who are about to subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel and share and like the videos that I give you.